a monkey in your pants?
Hi folks, Monkey Splash 5000 back with another video. It's been a little while since I had my face on camera. Not going to bore you. Life, work, life, tiredness. Life, work, playing games. That's taken up a lot of it. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on the PC. Huh. Anyway, that's where my life's been going. But this is, is it a dirty secret? That was maybe what I've called the title of this video, but I've had a lot of these games for quite a little while, and this might not come as a surprise to anybody, but okay, it started PAL SNES games. I must have had 70, 80, 90, I may be exaggerating, maybe not. Then I got sick of how they were stacking on the shelf, so I bought American games. I had lots of good games. Final Fantasy 3, that's what it's called, isn't it? Earthbound, etc. Because I liked the American games, how they stacked on the shelves, and then I got rid of them, and then I got Super Famicom games boxed because I liked the boxes. But then back to PAL, but boxed, which can be quite tricky to find good PAL boxed games that aren't ridiculously expensive. I'm assuming it's simply because we all just chuck the boxes in the bin in this country, or maybe it's just the fact that there weren't as many people buying them as there is in America, so American games are a little bit cheaper, or we're just careless. I've not decided, not sure, but drinky poos. This all started one night, I mean months ago. I've had these games for ages now. I just thought I better not make a video in case I sell them. Not really. Quite a while ago, I was scouring eBay and I saw this CD, and this is what started this, believe it or not. And I was like, ooh, I like that, I want it, because what if I can't find it, and if I ever want the game, then I want the CD for it, etc. But the CD is Donkey Kong Country. Is it glaring? No. Soundtrack, Go Ape CD. I don't even know what's on it. For some reason I thought it was the soundtrack. It's not, it's actual bands. I remember now. Primal Scream, Oasis. I'm getting blinded by that light. Saint Etienne. Well, this is 90s stuff. Radiohead, Ride, Pop Will Eat Itself, The Boo Radleys, and Terrorvision. Right. For some reason I thought it was the soundtrack. It shows you how much I paid attention, or I can remember. But it did come with the game. But I bought this by itself, and then ages after I bought this, I then bought the game. Which leads me on to this. The game. I'm not going to open this by any... I can't be bothered. It's a game. It's in decent condition. It came with a box protector, which isn't the best, but it's boxed, it's complete, etc. Sorry if I'm glaring you. That's why I'm looking down at my phone to make sure I'm not. But it's an iconic game for me. I remember having this, and I vaguely, possibly even remember throwing the box in the bin, as you do when you're a child in the 90s. Have the boxes on the shelf, you play the games, the boxes get a bit tatty, you put them in the bin. I do not know, but this game for me is an absolute classic. I remember being mesmerised when I was playing it. This level with the snow, for example, the underwater level with the aquatic ambience music, that's what it's called. Brilliant game. I've never ever played the second or third. I've never even given them the time of day. I know what they are, but I just saw the other characters that you can play as, and I thought, especially the third, is it? The big fat one who looks a bit not right in the head? I do not know, but I will get them and I will give them a chance. But absolutely iconic, classic Super Nintendo game this is, and I think one of the best soundtracks as well in video games ever. But Donkey Kong Country is what it is, and that was all started by randomly scouring this on eBay. But it's boxed as complete, it's in good condition. Conditions for games, they don't have to be meant for me. If they're in the sort of condition that they'd be if I had them all this time and looked after them without wrapping them in cotton wool, then I'm happy. I'm willing to pay a little bit more if I get a little bit better game, but I'm not going to pay a silly amount just for an amazing condition game if I'm happy with the condition of it. But it is good. The only downside with this is the cartridge is a bit crappy condition, but I can pick up another cartridge easily. I messaged the seller at the time and he said he was sold the wrong cartridge with the... I do not know, but I couldn't be bothered to sort it out. But Donkey Kong Country, classic. So if you... SNES, PAL box games, if you haven't realised where this is going. And all the ones that I pick up or in future videos, they're going to be like games that I've played or got a certain level nostalgia with them for me. I've either played them somewhere else or hold certain memories rather than just scouring eBay and picking up any games. So the next one, I nearly picked up this game up in Play Blackpool, maybe last year. I think it was last year. And it was going to be the start of my SNES PAL box games, because I think it was £15, which was dirt cheap, and I think I maybe paid a little bit more for this. It's an early SNES game. I want to say it's a launch game, I may be mistaken. It's classic for me. I remember playing it around my cousin's house on his Super Nintendo. Brilliant game. Like I say, I'm not going to open these up, but it's box complete and this is in decent nick, but it is Super Tennis. Classic game, good 2-player tennis game. Can you play 4-player? I know you can play doubles, but I don't think you can play 4-player with a multi-tap or anything. I don't think so. But it's a good SNES game. It's decent, good music, and I like the mode 7 when changing court or changing sides. It sort of swings round. It's good. It's a classic game for me. Smash a forehand, rifle a return, or charge the net. Super Tennis, number 2. Good condition as well. I like it. Excuse me. Next game is a classic for me. It's not a game that I really hear people even talking about when it comes to Super Nintendo games, but I suppose everybody likes Super Nintendo games or their own games for certain reasons. I had this game loose as a child when I had my Super Nintendo. I remember playing it a lot. I remember the game fondly. I remember the music as well, but I don't ever remember either getting very far in it or sticking with it for some reason. I can't remember why. I did have this for the Super Famicom when I was collecting them recently, but it's in good condition, box complete. My monitor just went off, so I'll knock that back on. And I've not properly even looked at the box art on the back of this. It's pretty epic, but it is Bob. I want to know if Bob stands for anything else, B-O-B, but it is boxed complete, lovely. I know you're not going to be able to see this, but you can sort of see how colourful it is, because if I do this, watch, it glares and it doesn't focus, and but anyway, I could do B-roll, but I can't be bothered. It's the first time I made a video in a long time, just bear with me. You're lucky I'm even doing it. But very nice box art, actually. I've never even seen that baddie before, or that baddie, or that baddie, or that baddie. I've really not played the game that much, have I? But yeah, is this a game that any of you guys heard of, played as a child? For me, it's weirdly a classic. I do not know why, but that's Bob. Does Bob stand for something? It must stand for something. Now, the next game is another absolutely iconic classic game, early SNES game. I mentioned this before. I've got 2 friends who were brothers, and they had a sister as well. Their sister got a Super Nintendo, and we basically treated it as our own to a certain degree, which I don't know if I think they maybe talked her into getting it. I can't remember. They would be able to correct me. I'm going to have to find that out because I'm seeing them this weekend. But anyway, she had a Super Nintendo. We played lots and lots of games on it. We basically stuck it in the living room, played it, etc. I don't think she played that many, certainly not compared to us. But this was a game that I played primarily on that Super Nintendo. And I picked this game up in Doncaster. That's just long past. There's Doncaster coming up this weekend, which I'm going to, but this one was the last one. I was just walking about, it was in decent condition, it was box complete, and it was 20 quid, and I was like, I'll take that, I'm not even going to haggle you that. But it is Pilot Wings, classic for me. I know people maybe don't like it, I don't know why, maybe it's not much going on in it, or maybe it's too chilled, but I've always liked Pilot Wings games, whether it's this or the N64, isn't it? I'm quite fond of that one as well. But it's a good game. It's box complete, it's in decent condition. Box protector, cost me £20. It's one ticked off the list, and it's a classic early Super Nintendo game for me. For 20 quid, I'll probably buy any boxed SNES game, to be honest with you. Now finally, can I be bothered to get that down? No. I bought this from Retro Dave Nintendo quite a little while ago. I can't remember why he was selling it off like this. I've had this for a long time now, actually, quite a bit. It is I'll try to say what it is without saying what it is before I show it, if that makes sense. But he was, I think he had it for sale in a Facebook group, and I says I'll have that because it was reasonable price, and when you pair it with something else that I've got, it made it very reasonable price, if that makes sense. Now I don't know how I'm going to show you this very easily, Can you see that? Oh, you can sort of see it. But it is Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World, boxed Super Nintendo. There you go. But the box is in all right condition. It's not minty perfect, but it's reasonable enough. It's a little bit tatty. Can you see that round the edge? A little bit there, but overall in general, it's decent nick. It's hard to show you this. And for the price that I paid for it off Dave, it comes with baggies, it comes with the game, the paperwork, etc. And now when you pair that up, the reason I was looking up there is because I was going to grab my loose Super Nintendo. When you pair it up with my loose Super Nintendo and put it in there, for what I paid for that box and the game and the baggies and the paperwork, when you put it with the Super Nintendo, which I bought from Tutti UK, which is like very minty condition, non-yellow Super Nintendo, put that Super Nintendo in that box, I paid not very much for what it's worth, if that makes sense, when you combine it together. I need another drink, my voice is running out desperately. So when I saw Dave put it up, I was like, yeah, I want that, because you put them together, and I would easily have to pay about another £100 probably to get it boxed when I put the box in, rather than putting the box and the Super Nintendo together like I did. Does that make sense? So, running out of words, running out of air, too much excitement, or am I just tired? I do not know. But yeah, that's it. The start of the Super Nintendo. It's not even a SNES quest, you notice that? I've not even bothered to say SNES quest. The return of the boxed SNES quest PAL edition. I'm not even going to be bothered with that nonsense. But yeah, I suppose the good thing is I've had these for a while and I've not sold them yet, and I don't plan on selling them. I've got a list of games I'm wanting. They are all nostalgic to me. I've got more games up on that shelf up there to show you in the future. But yeah, it's quite hard to find some SNES games boxed PAL that are in decent condition, but we'll see what happens. Finally, I think I mentioned it, Doncaster this weekend. I'm going down with my friend Retro Paul. Some of you know him, some of you don't. But I mean, some of you who are also on YouTube making videos. And then I'll meet up with two of my friends who live a little bit past Doncaster, stay there for the weekend, go to Doncaster, back to theirs, etc, etc. That's what we done a few months ago and it was good. So you'll probably see me at Doncaster. I'll probably be baking hot and sweaty because that's what it was like last time, and try and find me if you can. Not really, but I'll probably be wearing a baseball cap. Not that I wear a baseball cap outside, but I do at these sort of events because you can hide from the madness. Not really. I just do. I don't know why. It's hot. Put that on. It just soaks up the sweat. I don't know. Talking nonsense now. Who knows? But yeah, so I am at Doncaster. I think I know some other people are going as well. So if I see you, I will say hi. If you see me, say hi. But this time I'm not messing about. The last time I walked in, we were quite near the start, walking about, saw a couple of games that I wanted. I was like, oh cool, I'll come back. Went back and they were gone. So this time, no messing about. If I'm not talking, it's because I walked by the game. So I'm like running about like a crazy face. And for me, it's quite close to where I'm staying, so I won't be staying all day and making it an all-day event, because some people were surprised that I left quite early last time. But to be fair, I'd walked around it maybe 3-4 times already, seen what I'd wanted to see and bought what I'd wanted to buy, so to speak. So it will be a flying visit. But if I see you, speak to me, I will speak to you. I'm not rude, etc. It would be good to say hi and catch up with anyone. But we will leave it there, because it's the first time I made a video and I don't want to burn myself out and not make another one for a while. And when I say the first time I made a video, I meant in front of a camera, because setting this up and this up, it is an arse pain, but we will leave it there. But as always from me though, folks, thank you much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I might see you in Doncaster.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?